What's up, y'all? It's Ticia the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at ticiathediva@gmail.com. What's up, y'all? It's Ticia the Diva. Y'all already know what time it is. Say it with me. This is for my ladies. Yes, finally, somebody said it. All right, y'all, I am back with my 39th episode of This is for my ladies. Y'all already know. If y'all don't know, now you know. Make sure you subscribe to This is for my ladies podcast. It is available on 10 platforms. It is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitchers, Radio Public. Yes. I mean, it's yes. You heard me?
Yes, get in it. Yes,
get in it. Receipts, okay. So, again, so if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to it. You can also become a supporter of this podcast for just as little as $9.99. All you have to do is download the Anchor app and click Become a Supporter of this podcast, and it will take you to the links. It'll just basically come out your account like any other subscription would. Like for your subscription for YouTube or Hulu, Netflix. Yeah. And I know I'm better than Netflix.
you got a Netflix girl. She'll take a deal though.
But yeah, Netflix, okay? But anyway, though, so you can become a supporter of this podcast. Even if you don't have $9.99, you can become a supporter with just $4.99 or just as little as 99 cents. In the heart of the angel. I'm serious. I might need to get a little commercial like that.
When your head struck down.
Yeah. Some more, please. But anyway, no, seriously, y'all. So, y'all just get into it. Support it. If you support me, support the podcast, okay? All right. So, but before I do that, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to my best friend, Shana.
Happy birthday.
She's a dirty 30, flirty 30, just 30. Yes. Okay, so I definitely want to, congratulate you and just tell you happy birthday.
Thank you, best friend.
How proud I am. We had a whole conversation today of just talking about, although, we, are mothers and wives and all that stuff. Before we had any of those titles, we had the title of woman.
Yes.
You had the title of Shana. And to just continue to just make sure that you always take care of Shana in order to take care of other people.
Thank you, best
friend. So
friend.
With that being said, I brought one of my childhood best friends, Erika, with Erika Real Estate. Yes. So basically, I wanted to bring some wives up here. To basically talk about the Ayesha Curry's Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett, her daughter Willow, and her mom, Gam. So there has been a lot of controversy around Ayesha Curry and basically the statement that she made about wanting attention and allegedly wanting attention from like other men. But if you have not watched the whole 27 minutes and 39 seconds of it, I feel like you don't even really have an opinion to shape around anything that she said until you have watched the entire thing. And basically the whole narrative that, and the points that she was making. There was a question that was asked to her about groupies and how that, she handles it with her being a wife and, with Jada, Will being a whole celebrity and all of that stuff. And basically the whole, what they call it, the Curry monarch or the matriarch or whatever, the Curry empire. Basically, Steph Curry's mother, she's his dad is whoever Curry. He's a basketball player. His brother. Wait, did his brother? They have the same name, Steph.
So it's Seth.
Seth and
Yeah.
Steph.
Yep.
That's so dumb. But okay. I mean, I guess
It did
Letitia
sound
and
a lot.
Alicia like that, but
Yeah,
Steph and Seth. Okay, but anyway, so they had Ayesha Curry, which is Steph Curry's wife. They had Calissa or whatever her name is, who is Steph's now fiance. They had Sadell, which is Steph Curry's sister, who's also married to an NBA player. And then they had the mom, who's married to Steph Curry's and dad, who was a former NBA player. So, you know, basically they were just talking about, you know, being a wife to NBA players and basically the things that they go through, the things that they experience. And I just wanted to bring, after I saw the clips, I just literally watched the Red Table Talk interview today. I just watched it today, but I was still able to shape my own personal opinion off of it based off of you guys' opinion, okay? And some of them were dumb as hell. And I just want to say that. You know, like they said, like, you know, opinions and everything, everybody has one.
Yep.
So it's like assholes, everybody has one and all that stuff. And some of them were just so stupid. But like I said, the main people who I saw that had an issue with it were like single men and single women.
Yep.
So I wanted to reach out. I was talking to Shana, and I was like, you know, when you had text me, you was like, I think it'd be a great idea to talk about the whole Ayesha Curry thing. And I'm like, yeah, I've been wanting to talk about it. And you know what? Since you're a wife, I want to bring you up there. And I was like, you know, and I want to bring up another wife. And I said, I want to make sure I bring Erika up there because she's a wife. But I wanted to make sure that the wives that I brung up there had kind of like a similar story to like Ayesha Curry, who are kind of like self-made.
Right.
Get what I'm saying? You know, they have their own businesses and still have things going on outside of their husbands and that basically make their own money and creating their own brands and all that stuff. Because again, then it changes the dynamics of some people, because there are some wives who are wives and stay-at-home wives, or wives where they just, you know, work a 9 to 5, but then there are wives who work a 9 to 5 and then also building businesses and also, you know, created businesses and multiple businesses and got herself out of debt.
Right.
Oh, right. Which we're gonna have to have another conversation to talk about being debt free, because we talked, and you know, when you was getting yourself out of debt and you was not playing.
I won't.
Like she was not playing. So, and there's a lot of people who are out there that want to get out of debt. So again, I said that I wanted to bring women that, you know, again, that were kind of like in the same, you know, caliber of Miss Ayesha Curry. All right. So with that being said, ladies, so we seen, you know, the Red Table Talk. We seen it. And she made the comment about, you know, having, you know, an insecurity, being insecure. And we as women, sometimes, you know, we can feel insecure about things. So that's what I wanted to talk about, being married and insecurities, you know, within a marriage. Because again, now it's like, y'all may not have that same type of attention anymore because, you know, people see a ring and all that stuff. But again, we're still women, and we still want to feel beautiful. We still want to look good. And, you know, people be like, oh, well, who you looking good for? Me, so that somebody can tell me that I look good. But it's still for me.
That's right.
You know, it's still that confidence. It's still that make you feel good or whatever. So we're going to talk about it. So... So, you know, we're just going to go ahead and open it up. So, how has, you know, marriage been? Either one of you can go first. It doesn't matter.
Let the birthday girl.
So, yeah. So, how has, you know, with marriage and, you know, insecurity, do you kind of feel where Ayesha Curry was coming from? Like, what is your standpoint on, you know, what she said? Do you think she was wrong for saying that? Do you think that she was out of line as a wife to say anything like that? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk, T. Definitely not. She pointed on so many different things. I think it wasn't received well because she's a wife of a celebrity. At the end of the day, she's a woman first. So aside from being a wife, what you mentioned to me earlier, we have insecurities as a person, period. Whether it's me being a little girl, I have the biggest birthmark. I was insecure about that. Get older, become a mom. I'm worried about how my shape is going to change or stretch marks or whatever. Those are insecurities that were not created by her husband. Those are just insecurities that were created by her being a woman. So I think it was taken out a notion when she said, oh, I just want to be seen. I want to feel, I want to be looked at and those things. Think about the fact that we as women, we get up every day. We put on makeup. We might curl our hair. Some women have to wear giddy up under their stuff, Spanx or whatever. She has to put on all this effort to look beautiful, to stand beside her husband who has on a jersey and some basketball shorts.
Exactly.
And women are throwing themselves at him who didn't do anything. You stink, you sweating. And I'm sitting here smelling like flowers with a beat face, and nobody is simply even saying, you look nice today, ma'am.
Yeah.
Right? So, of course, when we put up posts on Instagram, Facebook, you in it for the likes.
Yeah.
You try to say that you're not.
But that's what people are really in it for. People are always in it for the likes.
Right.
I mean, because what's the purpose of being up there if you're not?
Exactly.
People like, okay, yeah, you want to go up there and you want to talk to people about, what you've been going through, but you're really there for the likes.
Exactly.
Because if we weren't, then we wouldn't even be spending that much time up there.
Exactly.
Right.
You want to be validated.
That's true.
Exactly.
If you're talking about something and there's no picture, you want somebody to understand. You want to be heard. You want to be validated. You getting dressed. You want somebody to. I don't care if I got on a sheet that say, "Look at me." You want to be seen, right? You want somebody to say something nice about you or that they see you. And so she just want to be seen. That's all she's saying.
That's
and it was
it.
taken out of context.
That's
I don't see
it.
anything that she said that was disrespectful. She did not indicate that her husband did not give her any attention.
None
That's
of
why
that.
a lot of people got it misconstrued.
Right.
Yeah.
She never said that. That was your perception.
Exactly.
That wasn't her story.
Right.
So I just feel like it was taken out of context, and these men and these women, these insecure men
Very
and women
insecure.
that just
Very
took it out
insecure.
of her vulnerable moment and just kill her.
And that's what I was saying. I was just like, how that's weird to me for you to take her truths and how she feel, her own personal feelings, and tell her that you can't feel that way because your husband is a celebrity.
No.
Like, that's weird to me.
Exactly.
You're basically saying you can't be human and you can't have feelings.
Exactly.
And no, that's not, no.
Yeah. I agree.
Erica.
Oh,
so
no,
how do you feel like as far as you, and you said that you and your husband, you and Ryan, watched it together. You watched it one time and he wanted to watch it with you. And he's even said that it was, they blew it out of proportion. It wasn't because, did he only see what the world put out before he watched the whole thing?
Nope, he was only going off of what he felt, and he felt like, well, if you're married, why should you feel like that? And I was like, I understand what you're saying. Why would she? But at the end of the day, she does want to look pretty, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but I know that I'm married. I don't go looking for the attention, but it does make me smile when guys like, dang, you look good, or you are so beautiful. And it just makes you smile, makes you feel good. I don't mean you cheating just because you're accepting a compliment from someone, but it feels good to be noticed.
Exactly.
And maybe she feel like since she been in the industry, so much attention has been on him, maybe she wants a little bit. Who's to say, not saying that he's not giving her any attention, but who's to say she may feel like she kind of want to be in a spotlight a little bit not with other men in that level, but just feeling pretty to other men.
Right.
Her husband is always getting complimented, so why can't she get complimented?
Right.
And she is very beautiful, so I honestly don't understand. Maybe she feel like that because of her baby weight. I see that she just had a baby too, but it looks good on her. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like she's entitled to her feelings.
She's very, and we are human beings, and I tell people all the time, like, I'm entitled to feel how I feel, and right now I'm angry and upset with you. So let me feel angry and upset. I'm gonna get over it, but I'm a human being. As a human being, I'm entitled to how I feel, and you're not about to change how I feel about that. I'm mad at you right now.
Exactly.
Give me some time to breathe. Get off my neck.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Really, and that is teaching people how to treat you.
Yeah.
You create that space, and so I feel like again, her vulnerable moment was taken just out of content and context, and people just used it to bash her. But I love how stuff, was able to be like, look, this is my wife's position. I see your strength, whatever.
And people were mad at stuff for standing in truth with what his wife said.
And they're single.
And you're sick. If you find, you're sick if you was mad that he was taking up for his wife.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Y'all want him to be mad at his
Right.
wife? Y'all want him to leave her now? And be
Over
like,
that?
Over that. Like, come
Who they
on
done said on the
now.
comments?
Huh?
They said all that on the comments.
People were
going
so
in.
mad. People said they burning his jersey and everything.
Stop it.
They wanted stuff to be angry. They wanted stuff to feel how they felt about somebody that they're not married to or even not even married at all.
You don't even know
don't
these
even
people.
see- yes.
You don't know these.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
It don't
Yes.
matter.
It does not matter at
just
all.
like this podcast, even us talk about it, don't
don't
matter.
matter.
But this
Right.
is for my ladies,
Right.
And you might not be married to Steph Curry, but you might want to be married or
Right.
anything. And this is basically to just talk about like we are women and we need to stick together and even how any of us feel about anything. And like somebody told me, so with my mom, so most people know that my mom went blind.
I saw that on
Yeah.
the post, but I don't know.
So my mom went, she went blind. She's progressing, y'all. So just an update.
She looked so
progressing
beautiful
this year.
yesterday.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. So I was basically saying I had went out to the ocean front and I was just crying because I was like, I wish my mom could see this and just how beautiful it is. But then I'm reminded that, some people lost their mom. I got a phone call. Shout out to Jess because Jess be coming through and she do be checking on me when I was riding down the street crying. And she was like, something just told me to call you. And I'm like, Jess. But she was telling me like, it don't matter that somebody lost their mom. Like, you can feel how you feel.
You are entitled to your feelings.
Yeah, she was like, just because, she said, that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
She said, that's your mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's your mama, and you can feel that.
I think people do that to kind of normalize what they're feeling or kind of bring themselves back down.
Yeah.
And it's okay that you do that. People do have worse situations.
Yeah, exactly.
People moms aren't here. However, you still are entitled
But
to be upset, sad, have a hard time transitioning to all of that. So,
and that's why I don't feel like why people, as far as other women, like other women, come on now. There's definitely been times that we probably have dated a man and we felt that we weren't pretty enough or good enough or even good enough for a man. Because I mean, there has been incidents where I dated somebody and I felt like he was too good for me. Like I want like little piss poor old Ticia over here trying to date this guy. But I'm
he
just
chose
as
you.
good. But he chose
That's
me, and
right.
I'm if not better. I told you I'm the next best thing to Beyonce.
That's right.
You better recognize. Shoot. Gotta recognize. But yeah, so it's just like for even other women to even be like, oh yeah, but you don't have no right to feel how you feel because your husband a celebrity basketball player. So what?
Exactly.
Right.
So what? That's probably even more reason for her to feel that way.
Exactly.
Because she
All that
is dating a
attention.
high profile
Right.
basketball player. And then she even had to say that she has to interject and
herself.
introduce herself. How dare you as a person go up to any man and not acknowledge his spouse?
Right. Yeah.
Or
I go through
anybody,
that
or
now.
even any woman that come up and not
Yeah.
even. That's just like when I see my homeboys, all that stuff out. I'm, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? I'm
That's me.
Ticia.
Yeah.
That is
Hi.
me.
You
Yeah.
know, we like that's my friend.
Right.
Yada yada. Because I know who the fuck was that bitch.
Right. As soon as you leave,
Who the fuck is that?
she might
Yes.
friendly.
Yeah,
She might-
exactly.
How you know her?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's just like that's why I don't understand why some women did not
I
relate
relate
to that.
And then one of the things that stood out to me in the video was she was saying that she had the baby. She was less than a year old, and somebody just got in her car.
Yes.
And she felt like, oh, you knew what you signed up for. First of all,
And
how do you
didn't-
know?
And you
what
didn't know that you signed up
Yeah.
for this beat down.
Right.
You knew what you signed up for when you
But
opened
who are
that
you
door.
to sit up here and say, well, I signed up for it, and
For you
maybe
to
her
come in my
being in this,
car.
like, right, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just openly to open the door and come in her vehicle, and
And see
then
my
it
child.
made me think, okay, so this probably has something to do with her feelings about Steph because he is in the industry, and then she probably didn't know that her attention really was just probably going to go down. I mean, we don't really
Yeah.
know what she's feeling. She was just being real at the table.
Right.
So maybe she thinks the attention probably went down or something like that. And I know they've been together for a long time, but as you get older, your body changes, things happen. Maybe she felt insecure.
So about that, she's been with Steph Curry since she was 15. 15.
Yes.
15.
Yes.
So that probably been the only man that she's ever been with.
Right.
So I feel like that also changes the dynamics of things.
It does.
Too.
Definitely.
When that's the only man that you've ever been with.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So with that being said, ladies, since I got some married women up here, I had this question. And I had this question, I asked Shana this question, and she was like, no, that's a great question to ask, Ticia. Because I was like, how is it just being with that one person for the rest of your life, as far as, the vows that you have taken? Like, how is that? How do you continue to, and this is for the married ladies, you know what I'm saying? How do you continue to keep that spark, and how do you continue to communicate? Because again, we change.
Definitely.
Our bodies change. We even feel different and whatever. Sometimes we might not even want to be touched or bothered and all that stuff or whatever. Sometimes you might do something that disgusts me.
Right. Yeah.
And I do not want to.
But it be times like that though. It's real.
Definitely.
It's for real.
I definitely
it's real.
have those moments, and when I say he's so dope, he is so dope because I would be tired of me sometimes. I would be tired of me, but he just rock and he rolled with the punches. Sometimes I know he'd be like, dang, you just like that last week. Why you don't like it this week? And he just rolled with it. And I'm like, give me a moment. But it sounds cliche. We communicate. I just be like, yo, I'm not in the mood this time. Or he'd be like, Shana, like, I'd be like, babe, let me take a shower first, right? So just simple communication. And then with me and him, because we've been together for so long, I'm pretty much down for whatever because I'm open to keeping the spark. So what you trying to do?
I do.
What you trying to do?
Okay. All right. He like to call me Peaches when I get this nasty. Peaches. Hey, Peaches. Donna Summer up in this J, okay?
I mean, we've been together forever, so you gotta keep it creative, and like you said, keep the spark. And I ask him questions, especially like we said, the body change. I had 2 babies around, breastfeeding and stuff. Hold it.
Yes.
Don't touch it. I was squirting out milk,
But you know what? When you marry and your man is into you, he do not care. Because I think my husband has been all over me more now than when we first got together in 2007.
Yeah.
And it is so crazy because you would feel like that, but your significant other always still just makes you feel beautiful. Because I have come across women that felt like, oh, my man don't do that, or he don't do this, or he don't do that. And I'm not saying that he's perfect, but I can honestly say he is not a typical guy.
You always say you got a good man.
Yes, it's crazy.
Really good
like,
man.
he is amazing.
Even when he went through for that surprise party and reached out,
I didn't have a clue.
I was like, oh my God.
Yes, I had no clue. But when I tell you, like, it's really like that. He's probably the only reason why I don't feel like I look that bad.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Because it's their job, but they do still love you, and they do mean it when they really are into you. But like you said, I mean, it's just something about, I don't know, communication and stuff, which I lack a lot of times, especially when I'm in my feelings. But at the end of the day, I know that what we're going through is not worth me being single, even though as a married woman, you think about it, because it always looks good from the other side. Like a single person can want to be married, a married person can want to be single, but when you're married and you built so much, it's like, do I really want to let all this go for that? You think about it. But then it's times where it's like, you mad in the moment, so it's like, man, I'd rather be honest in your head. Just in the argument don't even be that bad. You just mad in the moment, so you thinking stupid, but then when y'all blow it over, you're like, come here, babe.
Right.
You know, it's not even like that no more. So it's awesome.
I enjoy
it.
I do believe that Ayesha had a conversation with Steph about this before.
Absolutely.
And I think that they're working on it, because I have had to say, compliment me a little bit more, right? Compliment me a little bit. And he's, come quiet. So, he's like really, really big on respect. So even like when we get intimate and stuff, he got to make sure, it's nice and loud so can't nobody hear what's going on. So he's like really big on respect and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, if you say I look sexy in front of people, that's okay. So communicating that, he's like, Saturday, he was eating me. He was eating me up, boy.
I know that's
shout out to Cub.
And I didn't even know what to do with it because he was, giving it so much. I'm like, Dad,
I get filthy when the liquor get into me. See, Beyonce got a song for everything.
Don't sleep on Beyonce either.
Yes. So with that being said, and back like you said, Ayesha definitely had conversations with
I'm sure she did.
because like she said that she even told him that it kind of hurts my feelings, or I feel when you don't introduce me and all that stuff or whatever. Like hey, yeah, everybody knows Steph Curry, but this is my wife, Ayesha.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's even common courtesy.
Right.
But she was just saying that she has a nice guy.
Right.
He
might not know how to do that.
Guy.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that he probably lacks some things, like he just don't know how to
be assertive.
That's the word.
But not aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard. First of all, you got to have, he's trying to keep a fan base too.
Yeah.
Right? Even though the chicks might not matter as much as the men, I do know a diehard sports fan that's a girl, but he probably doesn't know how to just be like, chill, like, without it coming off disrespectful, him not feeling like himself. And he might have this utmost respect for how he might treat his wife and his mom. So if he's going to treat them to some standard, which should be different from other women, but he
might just,
that's just not him. That's not what he do, I expect for my husband to say something, but I wouldn't expect for him to go hard like he would have do. Right. I don't expect for him to be like, oh, get out, he just be like, my wife right here. And if he don't say it, I will.
And and you know what? I know exactly what you're saying, but I will say when she mentioned that he doesn't introduce her, when she said that and then followed up with he's just nice, he's genuinely friendly, that's just how he is, it made me think, like you guys just said, maybe he don't know how to do it, but at the same time, he didn't want to cause anything. But no matter what, because I was really upset, and I'm looking at it on a wife's standpoint, no matter what female you go up and hug, because I don't care who Ryan hugs, but you always introduce me. And I never had to tell him this. It was just a normal thought to be respectful. And same here, like, I don't care, you see one of his girlfriends, I just stand there, and then he be like, excuse me, this is my wife, Erika, Erika, this such, we wouldn't know if you together or something like that. But I just felt like he should just know to do that. Especially if you know how his wife feel. And I'm sure they probably had that conversation before. He seems understanding, but like she said, she's more of the one who is kind of like aggressive, whereas he's
and that's
more
what she
of
said.
That,
they said, does he has the temper? And she said she has the temper more than he does. And I could see that. I could see that
too.
I could definitely see her having a temper. So kind of like back to like the first question, like about insecurities. What insecurities that you feel that, that you all have that your husband just makes you feel like, oh my God, like I that's something that he loves and adores about you?
Girl, my booty. When I tell you,
what's wrong with that thing, girl?
Listen, okay, so I was looking at pictures from middle, high school and stuff. I ain't always had his dunk. So to me,
girl.
it is annoying in a sense because I'm starting to get cellulite, like right up underneath the bottom of it. And then I noticed they don't match my legs. I just feel like they don't match my legs. but around all day, you can't tell him that. And that is something that I feel so insecure about all the time. And I always have people just like, Eric, you look so good. Or, dang, girl, when you get that butt. Not necessarily men, but I've had women tell me that too, especially family and stuff. Like, they ain't seen me in 3 months and they see me and it's like, Erica, what you been doing? Like, because it came out of nowhere. But that is something that I feel like I struggle with, even though I know everybody want a big butt, but when you're not used to having it, Ryan just always say the right things to make me feel good. Right. And that's just something that I really feel like is like the number one struggle for me, as crazy as it sounds, because jeans, they look good, but it's difficult because it's like everything fit, but my butt is bad. It's bad because I ain't always had no butt. That is just something that a person really with a butt,
talking about they insecure about their butt.
Ticia like,
I know y'all. I know you sound like that, but when you don't have one, I just don't feel like if it was the right shape and size and everything, then and the look of it, you'll feel like, okay, yeah, this jank is sweet. But when you have kids and you notice changes happen within your body, it just make you feel, and only you know what you look like outside your clothes. And clothes all day like these jeans. I was in the mirror like, dang, if I could just look like this outside of it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, and then my face, I've noticed I kind of thickened up some, and just, I really think that's it, truthfully speaking.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's it, Shana.
Yeah, Shana.
what city girl say, called me Tiggle? So I think everybody knows that I had my first child when I was 17. Teen mom, teen. Unfortunately, I was blessed with thousands of shredded bodies.
Oh, really?
But yes, Corey makes me feel he never complains.
See?
He makes me feel like they are a gift. And he like, I'm not looking at them, Shana. He like, my kids came from that. Like that, my gift. That's my signature. Like I'm like,
all right.
boy, you better sign your name. You better sign your name. So yeah, I definitely deal with that. I then fabbed and got it. Then it came here. Let's wear these crop tops. I'm like, y'all tried it. I don't do that. I don't wear crop tops.
Yes. Oh man. Yes.
But
oh my God.
even along with my husband, which is great, they'll be like, Shana, you look gorgeous. Girl, they probably be hanging out everywhere. You look good. Ticia, you best friend, you look good.
That's me. That's me. Because the whole thing is, it's just like, I mean, and I know some people like, okay, I probably wouldn't do this, but if I see it and I say that it look good, it look good. Like, it really do. And I like people to feel confident about themselves because sometimes we look at things and people like, oh, she look a mess. But her mess probably be her best.
Right. That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, her mess literally probably be her best. And she probably felt damn good about when she put that on or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah. So I always try to make sure that I compliment people because one compliment can go a very long way.
Which is what Ayesha is saying, right? All she's saying is like a compliment or make me feel good. I don't care if I get my compliment from this table. I'm going to take it, bro.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay?
Exactly.
I'm going to take it. And it might do something for me. Oh, this table can talk. And it says like,
that's right.
Right. Yeah, because, you know, we was talking on the phone. We were just saying, like, even when kids compliment you, it's like we do it for ourselves.
That's
we know
true.
we want to feel good. Like, I mean, as a woman, like we are, you know, we are divine beauty.
Right.
You know, we are beauty. And then, of course, you know, society put these standards on what beauty is. And then, you know, now black women especially are coming into what they beauty is.
Right.
You know, that's why we see them going natural. We see them, you know, experimenting with different things or whatever,
Right.
you know, as far as, again, what their beauty standard is.
Their bodies.
And it's just like, I forgot what point I was making.
It's okay, you had a good one.
But yeah, I mean, but it's just like the whole standard of beauty and, you know, basically like, you know, what we see it. And like, you know, I was telling my friend, I was like, you know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
This is so true.
So, you know, it's just like, how do you view yourself? How do you feel about yourself? It's in the eye of the beholder.
That's
and
so true.
I hold my beauty. You know, what looks good to me, you know, again, may not feel, you probably would never, ever wear that.
Yeah.
But to this person, it's, you know, it's eccentric, it's artistic, it's whatever. So that's why I try to make it my business to make sure that I compliment, you know, women on whatever. And now I'm just like, yes, shoes. Okay, sis. I see you, girl. Because again, and it's just like, and I remember when me and you had a conversation and we was talking about, you was like, when women stare at you, and I was like, they might like what you got on. Right. Was like, what's she looking at?
My whole perspective is so different now. I find that happening. Like, you know, it could be anything. It can be, man, she pretty. It could be, damn, like her eyebrows.
Right.
And there's been times where I had people walk up to me, excuse me, your eyebrows are so nice.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
You know, I do.
Right.
Or it can just be anything. Like, my hair just got this. So you can't really assume that somebody's staring at you for a negative reason. You know what I mean?
And that's why I like, just smile at them.
Yeah,
just smile.
definitely do that
and
now.
once you smile, it's warm. A smile is so warm.
It is.
It is really warm. And then it's just like, okay, she's approachable. She's friendly.
Right.
Let me go and say something. You know, she smiled.
That's a good point. I wonder if Ayesha looks approachable. Well, one of the things I also saw the guys say, well, it's out of respect for stuff. And I'm like, well, where's her respect when
anybody
Tanisha is
when somebody open up her car door with her child in
That's
it, where
right.
is her
exactly? So, but maybe you know, especially because she admitted that she has anxiety. So anxiety looks different on everybody. So maybe she doesn't look approachable, or it could be the respect thing. Maybe the guys do respect it, but you can give a compliment and be respectful as well.
That's true.
Right? How you doing, Miss Carrie? You look nice today. And
That's
they gotta be like, it don't gotta be all of that.
You know, a real nigga don't care.
Right.
Don't.
Hey,
They don't.
Ayesha.
Watch out,
Ish.
Okay.
What's up, Ish? Red Bull.
They don't. I'm telling you.
Fuck you, then. I ain't like your husband anyway, man. He the worst player in the NBA.
It's always one man, I'm telling you.
It's always something. But like you said, you know, it could be that she's not approachable and everything.
And that's not to say that she's mean or something. You know, it's just maybe the way that
Her demeanor.
Yeah, her demeanor, her body language.
Yeah.
Maybe she don't look. So she might look occupied.
Or
Who's
what
to know?
if her responsibilities, as she was saying, being a woman with many different jobs, that work-life balance that she's keep continuing to uphold. What if that's something that's really wearing her down on a day-to-day basis or something like? So she ain't say everything of what she's going through. It was the bits and pieces. So a lot of people not looking at certain stuff she touched.
That as
like her anxiety.
Right. And I get what you're saying because you know she was basically saying with being, you know, a mother and basically trying to make sure that she has her own.
Right.
So that's her biggest thing for real. Is
trying
like
to redefine herself.
Exactly.
Aside from
Still being
Steph
a
Curry
woman.
wife.
Still being Ayesha, her title or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Because like with you know, like you were saying, even with Steph Curry's mom, she was like, I just want to be financial independent. But she said
I never did.
she never did.
Right.
She never did. And how could she?
Right.
You don't have to work.
Right.
You don't have to work.
Exactly.
How can you be financially independent and you gotta work?
I don't, go open a bakery.
Yeah.
Sell socks.
But it's just
something.
some men. It's just some men that they like. You know, especially they probably just want you to cook, clean, look good, have sex, take care of the kids. And you know, make it
live
right.
like that.
That's the conversation we need to have before we get married. I just can't. I don't care if we was a millionaire 16 times. I have to have something that's going to be Shayna's. Right.
Yep.
give me a Ticia Latham allowance or something, because I don't want to go. I don't want to go nowhere.
I had it, but
I want to write books, do podcasts.
But that's still
but that is
your
what
own.
you're doing though.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would still be
Right.
Ticia
And it'll blow up
Tuesdays.
'cause
But
of
I still want an allowance.
But even with an allowance, you still have Ticia Tuesday.
Yeah,
Like I don't want
Yep.
to sit home and bake cakes
Yeah.
and cookies and sit down. I don't want to do. I don't ever want to do that. Ever,
No.
husband. I don't ever want to do that ever. Ever.
I don't mind, only because my mom was just so domestic, and we would come home, we would have like baked goodies and
Must be
you know.
nice.
You'll get it on the
It
weekend.
was like, I mean, seriously, like my mom was the only time I ever really remember my mom going and getting a job was around holiday times, like for a little extra cash.
Right.
But other than that,
Yeah, that's
But
dope.
other than that, my mom would be home. We would, have cooked meals. We would have. That's why I say Monique reminds me a lot of my mom as far as like like the domestic side.
Yeah, and that's dope though because she still works. So it just shows that it can be done.
It
But
can be done.
I remember being at your house and your mom was really, really domesticated, and y'all come home to all type of surprises. I'm
Oh
like,
yes.
Girl,
yes.
That's
Book
all
while y'all in
Yes,
school.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it was times where my mom, like me and my sister, so we was living out Mission College.
I was
We was living out Mission College. So Erika moved out Mission College. That's how we became friends.
Yeah.
But me and my sister, we had a 4-bedroom townhouse. Me and Alicia shared a room. Lon had his own room, and there was that 4th bedroom downstairs. Anybody that live out Mission College, y'all know them townhouses.
Yeah.
And to come home, me and Alicia got our own rooms.
Yours
My
was
room is
purple.
Yes.
purple. Alicia's room was like this fuchsia. Lon was blue. Had the name on it. That's when Pocahontas was out.
Yes.
So we had the Pocahontas comforters. It's just like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. Like, I really do. I would love to send my kids off and, like, had been shopping all day for new beds and new beddings, and they come home.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do that.
I want to do it on the weekend.
See, but I also want to homeschool my kids, too. So
Right.
that's why it's just, like, probably why I do want to stay home because, I told y'all, like, I love Beyonce. I want my kids speaking different languages, traveling with me. When I start booking these events and motivational speaker events, I want to be like, yes, it's gonna be me plus 4.
Right.
A plus 4 going on. I don't even know who the plus 4 is. It might be the damn dog, but plus 4. Shoot, but still, so. Yes, and I feel like Ayesha Curry does want to basically, signify herself just still as being a celebrity chef or having a cookbook and having pots and pans and all of that stuff. And she basically found that something that she was passionate about.
Yes. Did she stop it? Mm-hmm. Did she stop doing it?
No, she still does it.
Okay.
Yeah, she
She
still
had
does
a show too, right?
I think she had like a little cooking show, or I don't know if it was just like online or something.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so she still wants to make sure that, outside of stuff, she don't want to live in his shadow.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of women, for real, they just don't want to live in the shadow of, them being a celebrity basketball wife or just, Will Smith's wife or, whatever. It's just like women still want to make sure that they still have their stamp because, again, we're always trying to fight for, some type of, position somewhere, even if it's on the job or and all of that stuff or whatever. But I think a lot of people, with Ayesha, I think they really should have watched the entire thing.
Yeah.
I feel like they probably should have watched everything in its entirety to have formed an opinion about her thoughts and her personal, genuine feelings.
Right.
I
had one dope conversation with, shout out to Devon.
Okay, Devon.
You remember Devon?
Devon White.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was just so dope. He didn't even come from that's my brother. He just was like, all right, sis, help me understand. Thank you. You want to understand before you even form a full. He still had an opinion, but we could clearly just have a conversation and understand one another. And his standpoint was he felt like it could have been a conversation for the house. It could, but she was on the talk show.
It's Red Table Talk, and Red Table Talk is that feminine women energy, that power. So it's just like, and it probably, we only got 30 minutes. That probably was 2 hours long.
They had to get chopped
and they had to edit that into 30 minutes. So, I mean, and they probably did just take that juicy bit.
Right.
They did know that her saying that was controversial.
Right.
You know what I mean? Anybody looking at that, could see that, okay, that could be a little bit of controversial. Just a little bit.
It made me say, but not because she said anything wrong. It's because she said what everybody. It was when
you see the whole thing?
I said it. I felt it again when I saw the whole thing too.
Okay.
And I was like, oh. And only because she said what a lot of married women want to say. Like I want to know I'm still pretty aside from my husband, regardless of where it come from. I just still want to know that I look good to somebody. Like you said, that's kind of their job. It is. Yes, it's kind of their job.
So, it's 8:10. Shayna.
I gotta go.
Yes.
You're the realest best friend. You keep track of time and everything.
Yes, because we actually went 10 minutes over. So Shayna, because it is her birthday, she does have to leave. I don't want her to. So can you send whoever a text?
I'm gonna go get this free meal real quick.
But yes, y'all. So I mean, is there anything else that you want to say? Because for real, we could just go ahead and, because I feel that this was just literally just a conversation to just basically talk to wives,
right?
To basically talk about, different insecurities and, just being a wife. And I did have one more question.
Yeah, go.
So before you go, and let my question come back, but sometimes, y'all. See, I need to go ahead and start writing everything down. It was about when the anxiety part, like you said, we wear anxiety different,
right,
and all of that stuff. So she might not be, approachable. And I know that you deal with anxiety. Do you deal with anxiety?
I haven't for a while.
Okay, you haven't for a while.
For a good while.
So stepping into, licensed clinical therapists and all that stuff, whatever.
Right.
How do people deal with anxiety and also being in a marriage and, not trying to put that on your partner?
Oh, that's a great question. Come on into couples counseling, marriage counseling. It's really about being able to identify what it is that triggers you. Like, what is it that makes me feel like I'm getting anxious or I'm getting worked up? So identifying your triggers and sharing that with your spouse, or your mate, not being embarrassed by it, but just saying, okay, when you leave the toilet seat up, that makes me anxious. When you don't close the shower curtain, that makes me anxious. When you don't come home on time, it makes me anxious. When you don't call and tell me where you're going, it makes me anxious. Or if I'm sitting at the bus stop, it makes me anxious. Just being able to communicate those things and identify what helps you cope with that. So is it you giving me my space, husband, spouse, friend, whoever? Or is that me and you talking? Is that me going to read a book, meditate, phone a friend, go for a walk? Just being able to identify your own coping skills and being real about it. Like, is this beyond me? Do I need therapy? Do I need help? Do I need medication? And so for some people, it can be situational. You can have social anxiety. You can have situational anxiety. You can have all type of different anxiety. I know for me, my biggest anxiety was taking my tests. So when I tell you,
I know where you went.
Right. Shout out to hubby for, I'm waking up answering questions, like couldn't sleep well, like I was eating though.
Couldn't sleep,
I was, all over the place, and he's just like, what, how can I help? So just being that spouse, being open and willing to help, having friends that are willing to help. And knowing yourself and creating boundaries. A lot of people don't know how to create boundaries. Like Jada said, her anxiety is being in public places. She's afraid
Crowds.
of yes. So what does she do? She grabs Jaden. So being able to know your vulnerable spots and places and all of those things, and utilizing your safety, making a safe place for yourself.
That's right.
That's it.
So, one more question: How do at any point something happens and you experienced anything, how do you communicate your insecurities to your spouse? Like, I feel, and I know you said like with anxious and all that stuff, but how do you communicate your insecurities to your spouse without them like, well, why you feel like that, or that's just this, or that's just that? Like, how do you approach those conversations about, different insecurities that you may feel, or if they make you feel some type of way?
I am just Shana. I'm just 100% open all the time.
You big head, lean head. You big head, lean head.
That's me all the time. And sometimes I don't even have to say it.
Yeah.
Like, he be like, all right, look, I'm going to give you your space. You anxious right now. Like, even at the dinner, he was like, you good? Like, you good? Because instead of me saying I feel anxious, he just was like, you all right? You need, what can I do? You need a drink? Like, but I don't even have to say it. He's able to kind of identify, what's going on. Things that happen out of order for me, he's able to be like, all right, Shana, I know you like, y'all know, don't call me 15 minutes before, let's go to the mall. I can't do that. I can't function like that because my day is already planned and I need to have things kind of situated.
Shana is the organized one.
So I think, just being yourself, just saying it, it's a union, so that's your mate. You guys are here to kind of meet each other halfway. And Corey, he's my balance. When I say he's my balance, I want to punch him in the face sometimes, but he is my balance and he is my calm, and you got to figure out like what works for you and your spouse. So what you think?
Question.
Dang, that was good. I mean, actually, it's just me talking to him, but I will honestly say that it's more so me that is not so much as the receiver, the way Ryan is. So for me, I honestly really don't like talking about it, because I feel like I'm continuously repeating myself over stuff that is really not a big deal, but I take it there because I guess I kind of have had some anxiety lately. But just talking to him, letting him know, and he's so understanding to the point where he will get it done or do everything he can. If he got to make everybody in the house get it done no matter what it is, I mean, he's just really.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's just easy for me to go to him. Whereas for him to come to me, it's not as easy, and it don't even be that deep. It don't.
But
I'm
I
just
like
stubborn.
that because what I tell my couples is you got to kind of know how to meet each other halfway. Yeah. So where he's able to be a good receiver, and he knows that this might not be you at the moment. You know, so I always tell my couples like, okay, if you need a break, let's set the standard for what that looks like. Okay, y'all have a topic, y'all can't talk about it right now. Okay. What's your code word? Okay, you want the pineapples? Pineapples has to be set the standard. How long is that going to be? Because y'all not going to bed like that. That's the rule. Or if you're going to go to bed like that, when are you going to talk about it the next day? You don't want that just lingering in the air. So it's like setting standards around those things, kind of creating your own way of communicating. Because marriage is a compromise. It is. Because Corey not the biggest talker in the world, but he can be an amazing listener. Where I might say everything, he just, he'll just listen or whatever. Well, what you need me to do, Shana? Okay.
I love that. So that is so good. I think I will definitely take that advice. And reason being is because I have a tendency to do that with friendships, but not in my marriage. So it's easy for me to tell someone how I feel or something like that, but I have to have a resolution and talk about it besides getting into it and going away and just coming back like nothing ever happened. We got to talk. So listen, this is how you make me feel and this what the situation is. But with Ryan, it's not really like that. It's like I kind of expect him to know to not cross these boundaries where things happen.
You change.
Might slipped up, or our lives are just busy.
Yep, and you are super busy. So being able to communicate with that man, because I think we take it for granted that they're always going to be there. And as crazy as I am, he might get up and leave one day. So don't talk to that baby.
Yes, I will.
Shout out to Ryan.
I will. I know, right?
Shout out to Ryan and shout out to Corey. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and just wrap it up right there. If we want to, we could probably visit this again. Just the whole thing. We might bring some more wives up here. We got like 2 more seats, so that's all.
Right. Come on, ladies.
Let's do it.
We about to do the wives club, because I'm wifable.
That's right. She is wifable.
I'm wifable.
That's
but
right.
Anyway, y'all. So, if you just want to tell people where they can find you, where they can find Coach, how they can look it up, and you do the same thing. Just let them know what it is that you do, how they can reach out to you if they're need any assistance, all that stuff. Go talk to the camera.
All right,
we're right here.
All right, we're right here. So, aside from me being a beautiful member of Fab Five, a mom and a wife, I am also an entrepreneur. So, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I am the CEO and founder of Coach. Long name. Why I chose it.
Conquering obstacles with ambitious commitment to healing.
Good job, Ticia. Good job. And so I do individual therapy. I do couples therapy. If you just don't want to drive, I do virtual. I meet you where you are. So we can do a Skype.
And I want to just stop real quick because Leisha was like, I talk to Shana all the time. She don't tell you. I was like, no, but that's okay. She was just like, well, she sure do know about confidentiality. Because Leisha was like, she call you and you call her, you check on her. And she was like, Shana don't ever tell you when I was like, no, she don't. And that's okay. Right. You know what I mean? Yes. So, yes. Confidentiality.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can find me, Shana Simmons, LCSW, on Facebook for my professional page.
Make sure y'all like the page.
There you go.
Now, right now.
Better. Best friend. And then you can find me on Instagram, Shana Speaks. That's
at
it.
Shana Speaks.
There you go. At Shana Speaks. And you can reach me at 757-550-1954. I'm in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yes. All righty.
Yes. And I am Erika Ingram. I'm a local real estate agent with Heavenly Realty. I just switched over. My phone number is 757-343-3948. I help with selling your home, helping you buy a home, and rentals. So if you or anybody are looking to buy, sell, or rent, call me. I would definitely help you out. And you can also find me on Instagram at Erika, your real estate source, and Facebook, Erika Ingram.
Yes.
So thank
all
you
right,
so
ladies,
much.
y'all already know how to find me. Ticia's the diva, okay?
That's right.
Y'all might see me riding down the street with
Yes.
I'm about to stop that. That is against the law. the law, the authorities. But anyway,
Oh, you
y'all,
tell the people happy Mother's Day.
yes. So yes, yesterday was Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day. Oh, anybody? Sorry, y'all. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy birthday to Shana.
Thank you, best friend.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday to
Erica.
Jalisa as well.
Yes,
Happy
best
birthday.
friend, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to all the Tauruses, since I am a Taurus rising. So happy birthday to me too. So yes, I always wonder why I always come alive in May, because I share a rising sign with you ladies.
Look, yes, you have
But
to
anyway,
continue
y'all,
to teach.
so make sure tomorrow, the audio, but whatever. Desire Dance every Tuesday, 757 Dance Studio, 176 South Rosemont. It is $10 cash money, okay? You will be redirected to the Wawa up the street to go get your cash if you don't come with it. But you can also purchase tickets on Eventbrite, okay? So make sure you look up Desire Dance. Again, make sure you all subscribe and listen, comment, leave a review, give me some feedback. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like, although I do not care.
Only when it's coming from certain people.
Only when it's coming from certain people, because again, I definitely make sure that I, receive feedback, positive and constructive feedback that is going to make me better.
Yes.
If you just being a hater, you already know what time it is, okay? But anyway, y'all, so make sure y'all listen to this Ticia the Diva. This is for my ladies every single Tuesday. You can find the link in my Instagram bio to watch this Facebook Live, or, make sure you like Ticia the Diva page. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Follow This Is For My Ladies podcast. And if you want to be a guest, any ladies or men, because I am opening it up to you. If there is any topics, questions, or anything that it is that you want to talk about, anything that it is that you want to share, anything that you are doing in the community that you need people to get involved in, this is a platform for you to come on, and you to share, okay? And if you want to come out, since that came out, okay? Right. It's like, you ain't using my motherfucking platform to come out. Use your own. You better go on your live. But anyway, y'all, it's Ticia the Diva. This is for my ladies, and I am out.
Night.
All right, good night, you all.